Mr. Butler explained this all Campbell County, but we are in Campbell County over there. Okay, I don't know when the last time you've been over there, but first of all, we want our tire bin back. We are not driving from Newcomb over here to pay you off to take our tires. It's never gonna happen. So they end up across mountain. I know you can take it contracted out with whoever Kit's Tire, whoever that tire place was, they took the tire van. We have nowhere to take our tires. We have nowhere to dispose of oil. You know what we do with our oil? I'm not disclosing that here, but it's not good. So we have nowhere to take oil. We need gravel. Every time it downpours, we have to blow the phones up over here to get gravel over there. They bring one little Mack truck and put it right in front of the two dumpsters. God forbid you have to walk to the other side of your truck to get a bag of garbage because you're in bunghose. It's horrible. My mother was told by the lady at the sanitation office that it's the county's job to bring the gravel, which it is not. The county does it out of the kindness of their heart because we blow their phone up too, just to try to get some gravel over there. You'll beat your vehicle all pieces going in there. What possessed you all to start charging $5 for a mattress and $5 for a box spring? When we pay enough taxes, they're not doing it. They're gonna end up back across the mountain again. Glennis Mundy has worked tirelessly to clean that. Tires is already across the mountain. You find them burnt, you find them just laying everywhere. Mattress, and a baby mattress, y'all know how big a baby bed mattress is? $5? Really? Why should we have to pay for that? That's we have paid taxes to have that. So why do we have to pay $5 for a box spring mattress now? Why was that applied to us? One more other thing. We have 2 compactors. We was told when the compactors was brought in, we would have 3. We only have 2. I can't tell you the times you go over there, you can't throw garbage cars, the compactors are full. We have to wait, drive back home. Thank God I live beside the dump, because I'm not going every day. But those little things that you put your garbage in when the compactors was full, they've been sitting there for months. There's 4 or 5 of them. I don't know how long it's been since you all have even been over there. Because they said the arm truck is broke, so it can't dump. So now we can't put garbage in that, so you just gotta take your garbage back home. The other compactor, one works good, the other one, they have fit with that thing since they brought that compactor in there. It's all they can do to get it to work. We complain, it does no good. Those 2 that works over there said, well, we've passed the word on. Well, okay, apparently we're gonna have to start calling. We've called the mayor's office trying to get gravel. I mean, we've complained and complained and complained. I don't know what else to do. I hate to even be here because we need ambulance service and we need a hospital. But I have to come talk about garbage.
Well, ma'am, I'm sorry that you have to be here,
Me too.
but you know, that's what we're here for.
Right.
We welcome all good criticism and bad, but to start answering your questions, the first thing was tires, is that
Yes.
correct? A year ago,
Okay.
that is under contract, and we want to fix it. We don't want citizens' cars to be damaged or destroyed, or anybody to be walking in water or anything. But there's a reasonable amount of money that we could put there until we get paid.
Is it gonna be thin blacktop?
No, this
Okay.
is.
Because when they drop them compactors, it's gonna bust it, make more potholes.
It's 2 inches of binder and 1.5 inches of top cap.
Okay.
It's
Roger Group, it's just kind of been held up. We've actually approved this last year, the funding for all the sites that we paid.
Yeah, and so far, they've paid Vasper and Stony Ford last week.
Contracts have been signed, just waiting on them.
So we're just waiting on them to make their rounds, so that's something that's gonna take care of that. The compactors, those front load cans are gonna be going away completely. I'm not aware of any plans that ever have had 3 compactors there, and that was before my time.
Okay, yeah, that was the initial thing, we would have 3 in a chute, you drop it down into it, so when you're up there flinging your garbage, you know, it make it easier going down.
I'm not aware of any plans that have that,
Maybe you need to.
but
put
we
that
do,
in.
but I was there last week. I do have a plan to move that back compactor up and turn it backwards to the other compactor.
Bad idea. You wouldn't believe how many pulls our blocks it. This way, at least we can come here and not be blocking each other trying to get garbage.
I hear that from you guys, and I hear from my staff that it's not working because people throw things they shouldn't in the other one because they can't see it, so
Well,
it's a
that
fine
might be-
line.
Yeah,
You know, and we're trying to do what's best for everybody.
but the fee for a box spring and mattress, really,
Yeah, so it's not popular, but you know,
$5, really,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's ridiculous.
It's, and let me explain why we think that. Campbell County is growing, and we're everywhere.
Not on my side.
Yes, it is.
Where?
The garbage is growing.
Well, that might be, yeah.
When I say Campbell County is growing, I mean garbage.
Yeah.
I have the data to prove it.
Yeah,
and
it
we-
is.
We've presented it here many, many times. The class 4 that you all receive over there, that we receive here, is starting to get out of control. I mean, it's trending up, it's been trending up since I took over this department. You know, contrary to popular opinion, the government isn't just full of money.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
We have a limit. I have a budget that I have to run my department by, and what my budget, that's all I have. You know, it's just like the school system here, here very recently, you know, they're coming up with a shortfall. I see these things taking place in my department, I have to make decisions based on what I see coming in the future. With the increase in garbage, we were up 22% for the months of March and April this year over last year. That is an increase of about $23,000 per month. Now, you times that by 12, if I have to pay that out of my budget, or the county has to pay that, you're talking about $250,000, $300,000 increase, and that's something that we can't sustain with the budget that we have now.
Right.
So now I'm faced with, what am I gonna do to try to combat these increases? Well, I can raise taxes, or I can ask the commission to vote to raise taxes, which means that you have to pay taxes every year for the rest of your life, and not just you, Mr. Coker, me, Rusty, the mayor, we have to pay that forever.
How many dumps is over here on this side there?
Hold on.
Okay.
So, I started thinking, and I've been to 35 different counties in East Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee, looking and talking to their sanitation directors, and to see what kind of programs they have. And one way to offset tax increase is fees. You know, we have to have money to be able to process this stuff. And I came up with the fact that the average person replaces their mattress once every 7 to 10 years. That's the average. So that means once every 7 to 10 years, it's gonna cost you $10.
Right.
That is enough, that alone is enough to offset more than half of the anticipated increase in the class 4 and stuff that we're seeing in the county. So in my mind, it was better for me to maybe pay $10 or $15 over the course of 10 years than to pay taxes for that entire time. So that's how we landed on an increase for the mattresses. It's a minimal fee that impacts a minimal amount of people. Only when you replace it do you have to pay it. But it covers our projected and increased costs that we're seeing. And it's coming. I mean, we, you know, it's up over 20,000 tons this year.
See, we was told those compactors was gonna save so much money.
And they have saved a ton of money. But we're past that savings now, where it's starting to cost us because of the increases.
Yeah, we do have a lot of, that's what I'm saying. We've got Newcomb, Aldridge, Standard, part of Belt Valley, Jellicoe, even though Jellicoe has pickup, they can only pick up so much, so they bring the rest. I mean, we've got a bunch over there, and we have 2 compactors. That's why I was asking, how many do you have over here? How much does each one of these, how many compactors do they have on theirs?
They have more.
And we have 2. But you have how many places over here?
I mean, we have 9 sites across the county. And that's not determined by Campbell County per se. TDEC permits that based on the potential use. We can't just go somewhere and say we're putting in a convenience center.
Well, can you think on us though, we need something over there?
I think on you all every day, I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot though, having to turn around with your garbage and go back home with it
You
because
know,
there's nowhere to put it.
And I will apologize, we kind of ran into a unique problem with our front load truck, and that's
Yeah.
the one that flips the cans, and everybody here is aware of it, and I've worked daily, I was on the phone today again, and we're gonna fix that problem.
But if you're taking those, the front load truck is useless to us anyways if you're taking them out, so.
Well, that's the reason that the compactors are full more than they were before, you see, because if you don't have that availability, then the compactor fill up a little quicker. But we have you guys on a regular schedule, and I have the data to prove it.
Yeah, we know, I watch them pass my house going over there, almost
I
daily.
mean, we empty them on Mondays and Fridays, and a full can, an absolute full can will weigh about 58,000 pounds. And we know that we're doing a pretty good job because 97% of the time when we empty them, that can will weigh between 47 and 50,000 pounds. So it's not quite full. So we're servicing that area enough as it should.
What
Now,
is
there's
the money
always
for
the
the
occasion where
metal?
somebody might come in that we don't, you know, you might get a big run, like on a cleanup day or something. On those days, you can't anticipate that, but historically, and we have the data, it's not just me talking, we're servicing that area like it should be. I mean,
The money that you get from the metal in though, where does that go back into the sanitation department or is it?
yes, ma'am.
All that
It's
goes
sell,
back
it's a
there?
sale of recyclable materials, and I mean,
And the cardboard too?
yep, and I mean, just to give you, and then, you know, I don't know if you care to hear this or not, am I overstepping my time?
No,
here?
sir. You got it.
And just bear with me 1 second. And believe me when I say, I don't want to charge anybody any fees for anything, or charge any taxes. And I think I speak for everybody on this board when I say that, and we didn't come to that decision lightly. None of us did, and it was questioned, and it was ruled, and we rolled it around the different options, and that's where we landed.
Well, class fours are killing this county. We take so much of the building materials, and we're actually been told by the state not to quit taking it. And we know what happened, we could take it.
What part of the state has told you that? Because
PDAC.
they'll be on my agenda next.
PDAC.
So, I just got this email today from our finance director, and it's based on my department specifically. And it tells the collections of all the fees. My class 2 fee, which is my tipping fees and stuff, we budgeted $180,000. I broke the budget, I brought in $205,000. So I'm $25,000 in the good for that. My brush, we've met the budget on that. I'm actually down $150. Box Springs since April 1st has brought in $4,000. Now that's gonna offset there's a lot of Box Springs comes in, people don't realize it, but there's a lot. My class 4 is up from $235,000 to $295,000. Waste tire disposal fee is up from $6,250 to $9,500. And the sale of recyclable materials is at $90,000, and we took in $85,000. But I've got things happening. So it's a fluid market when those things happen. But my point is, with saying all that, is even with all the increases and the job that my department's done, we still need more. You know, the fees were necessary. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, we still need another compactor.
We do, and it's, you know, and he goes on down to say, please note the accounts receivable balance was $40,000, and I won't even say that, but,
Well, you did
our
us a
sale of
favor over
recyclables
there.
is, I mean, we account for every bit of it, and we offset the increases with that. Right now, if you could see this spreadsheet, you can, but right now, I've exceeded what we projected by $87,000. And that's going to offset those increases as well.
We can add to the tires if you get us a veto.
It's coming, I promise. I'm working on a good deal. It's the best deal Campbell County's ever seen.
Are you gonna fix the oil recycling over there?
Now, we do the oil recycling.
Not
Well, there's
over
a
there.
bin there.
But it don't work.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be, in disagreement, but it
I
does
think
work.
there's
We
a
pump
sign
it.
there that says they don't take oil or paint.
If that, we don't take paint.
Well, we
Nobody
don't,
takes
yeah,
paint.
there's no oil, no paint, no tires. I mean, it's,
But we take oil, and we take it every day, because I got a pump, and I run a guy once every other week to every side and pump oil.
well, this was last year, I think, my husband was over.
If they've got a sign that says they don't take oil, it's not against, it's something that's contrary to what
I'll
I
look
say.
Every one of the sites takes oil, don't they?
Every site in Campbell
Would you
County
say
takes
that
oil.
you've gone over, your husband gone over and checked it when?
I think it was last year, because he finally had a buddy of his that's got a cedar house, and he uses that oil to paint that on there, so he just give him that oil he had.
So,
But I'm not aware that the oil one works over there at Louisville.
It's you just dump it in it.
That's good to know. then.
You just empty it in it, and
That's a plus.
if it's full, if it happens to be full, it then it calls us, and that's what I
Well,
see, and I
my
schedule the
thing,
truck.
we've got a lot of elderly people over there that, you know, trying to budget another $5 for a box spring and mattress. And then they're gonna pay somebody to have to take their garbage off because they just ain't able. I mean, you're talking about the jobs and everything that's up. Come to my side of the mountain. We ain't got nothing. I mean, we've lost the fast care place over there now, you know, the little doctor's office thing. We have no hospital. We have one ambulance that's half the time is over here. I mean, we need jobs. But we need, you know, and we need it worse than garbage, but I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I'm finished.
okay, Rusty, you want?
I've got some
Did I
questions for
answer?
David too, since he's on the hot seat.
Uh,
I've got some questions since you're on the hot seat. How many compactors are in the fifth district compared to the first, the second, the third? Which third has the main facility?
Hold on just a second. In the fifth district,
And I'm talking about compactors and school systems and all, because I know the school system in my district does not have a compactor. And if I'm not mistaken, I was the one to help lay out the electric for all the compactors in the county, and there was only two put in for Jellicoe. One at Elk Valley, one at White Oak, one at Peabody, one
So-
at Stinking Creek.
Rusty, to answer your question, originally, there were 5 compactors in the fifth district. Elk Valley, Oswego has 2, Stinking Creek, and White Oak. That's your 5 convenience centers, or 4 convenience centers, I'm sorry, that's in the fifth district. Last year, I bought out of my budget $500,000 worth of compactors and put them at all schools in the fifth district. There's no schools on this side of the mountain that has compactors.
Well, that's a.
Over there, every school over there does.
Elementary. Jellicoe and Elementary's got them all, that's good.
Yeah, and I bought that out of my budget, so to answer your question, there's more compactors in the fifth district than there is in any other district.
That's what I thought, even compared to Tow Stream, because Tow Stream,
We got 4 of those.
and that's the main facility. But now, when they did the one at Oswego's, if I'm not mistaken, there was a smaller one for household trash, and then there was a big one put in for class 4. Is that still?
Originally, when it was put in, that was the plan. I don't know what happened, and they caused it to be different, but there were 2 small ones there. I found that out about probably 18 months ago now, and replaced that small one with the big one that you're talking about.
That came out of the transfer station, or the transfer station at Tow Stream.
It was sitting there.
It's the big 4-yarder, I believe, or the 2-yard opening compared to the 1-yard opening.
Correct.
I know that they've been more emphasis, I'm one of those commissioners, and everybody else here, we take care of our districts what we can, but we help one another district that's needed. I've always tried to, and the commission has, to help that side of the mountain. There's limitations, like having another ambulance over.
Yeah.
There's limitations. We can't do nothing about the hospital. We'd love to. I wish the hospital's back like it was 15 years ago, and they would run the ambulance service again.
Yeah.
You know, because it didn't cost us nothing then.
$50,000.
Now it costs us $500,000 to have one ambulance, and I know that for a fact. To have one ambulance, every ambulance we got, it's $500,000 per annum. And it's probably grown somewhat since I was the chairman of the EMS committee. We're not trying to hurt Jellicoe by no means.
Yeah.
And the mattress thing, yeah, we have to think awful hard about it. I've had some complaints about it. But like David said, we sat and looked at this and said, would it be better to increase the taxes of the people overall? Or would it be better just to pay for a mattress fee? I think one of the counties that we looked at was an $80 fee, was that right, or a $60 fee per mattress? Was I wrong?
20.
I'm sorry. Like I said earlier, the class 4 is killing us. I live within, what, a quarter of a mile of the convenience center on Toast Ring, which is the biggest one. And I'd like to charge a quarter for everybody to come in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No,
it's
no.
nonstop.
What's it, no.
It's nonstop. I'm talking about personally. It's nonstop. I mean, I had this conversation with David a couple of weeks ago. I wish I'd known when I was younger how productive financially garbage is, to be in the garbage business. This county spends a fortune, and we would, somebody, and I'll say us, but somebody years ago should have built a landfill back in the 70s for Campbell County. That's where the counties comes out ahead. Anderson County has, they don't own the landfill. It's privately owned, but they can take their household garbage. Am I correct? The way it was constructed with Anderson County Commission. But they cannot take class 4, which is building materials. So if you live in Anderson County, guess what you got to do with your class 4?
Burn it.
You can either burn it, which is building materials, or you can haul it to Chestnut Ridge, and it's $60-something a ton.
No. It's $200 up to 1 ton, and after that, so if you take a mattress down there, it costs you $200.
Listen, I feel that way. If they burn the mattress outside, take the metal box springs, put it in the metal bin, don't cost you nothing. It's not hard to break down box spring. Burn that sucker up, it's just wood.
Save that $5. Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Okay, guys, anything else? Wait just a second. Don't forget about tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, those if you want to come. And the Veterans Breakfast at Jellicoe this Saturday. Now,
Motion to adjourn.
adjourned.